Renewed effort by Kentucky Republicans in Frankfort to split up JCPS. But does the state even have the power to make that happen? It's our top story tonight. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt. As we told you last night, 2 lawmakers in Frankfort are now pushing to create a task force to look into breaking up JCPS into smaller districts. That task force would be called the Efficient and Effective School District Governance Task Force. It would also explore options to create the new school districts. And despite the legislation saying many schools are facing unacceptable test scores, JCPS is the only district this would affect. Our senior reporter, Isaiah Kim Martinez, and photojournalist Jessica Farley are breaking down what Republicans are trying to accomplish.
The months-long aftermath of JCPS's transportation debacle has entered its next chapter, potentially another review of whether Kentucky's largest public school district is too big.
Really, annually, it's a continuing problem, along with the downward test scores that we're seeing. We need to take a look at this.
Kentucky Senator Lindsey Tichenor is one of 2 Republicans who filed resolutions to launch a team dedicated to studying JCPS's size and determining whether splitting it up into smaller districts with its own governing bodies would help. Do you believe JCPS, as it's constructed, is hindering student achievement in any way, shape, or form?
I believe in some ways, yes. But I think the more manageable a district can be, the more successful it can be.
We confirmed even if the study led to a recommendation to divide JCPS, there is not yet a clear way to make that happen. The state constitution prevents laws that specifically target local governing agencies like a public school system, meaning even if a bill was filed to split JCPS, the courts could very well strike it down. So the question, why go through all this trouble?
Here's the way I think it would be great is if Jefferson County says, yeah, let's move forward, and we don't have to have a piece of legislation, but we all come to the same agreement that let's find the best path forward for our students. And if this is what we recommend, let's get them on board and let's work together.
So are you hoping for some admission by JCPS that the way they're doing it isn't correct?
That would be nice.
Opponents to the resolution worry about racial equity and how local tax funding would be divided.
It could definitely raise some issues, but I have no doubt that we'll take all of that into consideration.
The task force would also include a member of Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg's office, though it doesn't appear that detail was relayed from Frankfort.
I'm hearing about that for the first time right now.
Interesting question. We haven't heard the takeover word, as we, of course, saw under Republican Governor Matt Bevin, who had his own education commissioner in there. And then here comes the Board of Education, State Board of Education, voted against it at the last minute. That was a close vote.
I think it was, what, 4-3 or something close?
There was a lot of tension back there. So this effort seems to be sort of a different approach.
It is, and you can still see kind of the same verbiage used. I believe Senator Tichenor had told me that she, more oversight, more eyes on this kind of problem is probably a good thing, her words. So it's very clear the Republicans, their mission here, and as far as the manner in which they do it, they're trying everything that they can. And of course, we have the constitutional amendment kind of around the corner there, and that's another issue that JCPS is loud and clear about as well.
And with the Democratic governor, it would be harder to do the takeover this time around.
Different situation with Governor Beshear, no doubt about it. Kentucky Department of Education Commissioner, still that seat is unfilled.
All right, thank you, Isaiah. More